be more social. You start to realize that once you're more social, you can start to relate to people a little bit more. And it's sort of like it's feedback when you actually interact with people and talk with people. It's feedback on how they perceive you. And typically, how people perceive you, you definitely want to notice how people perceive you. I think it's good to understand how you're coming off and how you're interacting with people and how they're taking it. You realize that you're not as savage as you thought you were. You're not as cool or alpha as you thought you were. You know, these are all just thoughts in your head, and it's your ego on who you think you are. But when you actually talk to people and are put on the spot and you actually have to be social, and there's pressure, I guess, not pressure, but you know, when there's another person involved and you have to actually communicate what you're thinking, then you know, you sort of have to drop your ego. You have to stop thinking that you're greater than you are. You know, be yourself. And things come very natural when you just start to be yourself. Maybe you are a little weird. Maybe you are a little awkward. But the other person will appreciate that. And you'll get better feedback. You'll be able to interact with people better when you're yourself. So the key is to start being more social. Get outside of your comfort zone. Start talking to more people. Saying hi. Say hi to everybody. Be socially connected to people. And you gotta stop living a life in your head. It's just stupid to fucking live a life in your head, isolated in your head. And typically, the more you distance yourself from people, the more you the more of an ego you have, the more miserable you're going to be. But if you just start to take steps to put yourself outside of your comfort zone and actually say hi to people, have conversations with strangers, then sort of break all of these miserable beliefs and bad beliefs that you have about yourself. You start to gain a lot more confidence. It literally just destroys beliefs when you get instant feedback from other people. You thought you were I don't know how to explain it, but how you think of yourself needs to match how people actually perceive you. It all needs to intertwine. Everything needs to sort of be congruent. The way you perceive yourself needs to match who you actually are, and also the way you are and the way you perceive yourself also needs to be the way that other people perceive you. And it's this, dude, that is some deep shit. Think about that. The way that you perceive yourself needs to be the way that you actually are. And the way that you actually are, or no, the way that other people perceive you needs to be how you perceive yourself. Because then you're sort of really in this like congruent state. Because if you perceive yourself as a millionaire, but you don't have $1 million, then that's just a delusion. If you perceive yourself as this like sort of alpha male that's a leader of the tribe, but other people don't perceive you that way, then that's a fucking delusion. So the way that you perceive yourself needs to match what other people perceive you as well. And if it doesn't, then there's a disconnect in your actions. There's a disconnect in who you actually are to other people. So you think you're this alpha male and leader, but you're actually a soft little bitch, and it's not matching up to that. And so people aren't perceiving you as the way that you perceive yourself. So, long story short, go out, be social, start to see how people actually perceive you. And that's not the whole point of being social. It's just good. It's good being social. It's better for your mental health. It's better for your confidence. It's better for other people too, because you could both share an experience with each other, and it's sort of it's an exchange of conversation. It's exchange of experience. So that's my deep philosophical talk for the day. And if you found any value, give this video a like and subscribe. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks.